Well, the Colorado Athletic Department's losing a great one. 27 years as the head coach, Ann Kelly. Women's golf calling it quits after the season is over. Back in the Stampede, voice of the boss, Mark Johnson. Soccer coach Danny Sanchez. You're still hanging around for a while, aren't you?
I don't know if I'll make it 27 years, but at least a few more for sure.
You know, I know you're always focused, as all coaches are, on their team, but it is a coworker, somebody you're around, Ann Kelly. She's been a great one here for Colorado for a long time.
When I got here, she was in gate 10, so soccer and the golfs. And whenever I talk to her, she talks about she misses the days when it'd be us, me, Dave, Jason, Don, whoever, and just yelling back and forth. And she loved the energy. And I was going to make a joke about her, but anyone that knows Ann, the quality of the person she is, how she treats her student athletes, how she treats her coaches, she's come to me asking for information. I go, Ann, I should be begging information from you, but first-class person, first-class coach, and she's a big loss for the department.
Well, and the thing is, even though they coach different sports, and, you know, whether it's football or basketball or women's golf or soccer, whatever it might be, you all face similar challenges because of the competition and the recruiting that goes on, and so there is able to relate back and forth.
No doubt about it. I mean, and the conversations are about how can we get most out of our student athletes.
Yeah.
How she's an equivalency sport like I am. How can we stretch the scholarship dollar? I just had a meeting with her like a month ago. So it's not about the actual coaching. It's really about how to manage the personalities and so forth.
Yeah.
And what I will say is any golfer that's come through here got treated like a first-class person because Ann's first class.
Have you ever asked for any golf tips from Ann?
No, that's Jason Green, associate head coach. It's the area of expertise. I'm too busy working while he's out golfing.
Sure. Yeah, such is the role of a head coach compared to an assistant coach. All right, let's talk about the first half or more of this season, I guess, at this point in time. You've been ranked for much of it, playing very good soccer, though.
Yeah, we've been on a good run. Now we're in the meat of the conference play. It's 3 weeks till the NCAA selection show. We're the first ones to go. So we put ourselves in a good position. But we have a lot more games and a lot more results that we need to get, but we're excited about where we're at for sure.
Yeah. Offensively, this team's been pretty solid, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Shira James gets a lot of the credit, and rightfully so for the goals she's getting, but I think the key this year, Mark, and we've talked about it a lot, is our defense. Our goalkeeping, Jordy Nitis, and our back four have been solid, keeping us in games when Shira's not scoring.
Well, we're talking with the head coach, Danny Sanchez, the soccer team. Let's check in with This Week in Colorado Soccer. Powered by Ford. Cars, trucks, and SUVs built for America. Built Ford proud.
2 games on the road, the Washington schools. Talk a little bit about Washington State. Obviously, always a tough place to play. We talk about that. Gave up the 1 goal and just wasn't able to equalize.
Yeah, you know, like I told the team after the game, I mean, at the end of the day, we gave 1 shot on goal. And unfortunately, that was it. We didn't create enough going forward. We played well in stretches. You know, last year we went there and didn't play well and we got a draw. That's soccer, but we need to be able to score goals. We need to be able to create more opportunities because we defended well. Collectively as a group, like I said, really limited their opportunities for their dangerous players, just didn't do enough going forward.
And then, Coach, on Sunday, Washington, Ava Priest converting the penalty kick, and then a couple minutes later, kind of gave up the equalizer, and at that point was just kind of...
I thought we played well, Eric. I thought that the first half we played very well. We kind of changed things up a little bit, and I thought the players really responded well. We get the goal, we're up 1-0, and we really talked about that next stretch, and we didn't handle the next stretch well. We get a goal 2-3 minutes later. Having said that, there was still 30 minutes left in the match. We had plenty of time to get something, and we just couldn't get it over the hump. It's tough to get results on the road, and we know that, but we really needed to get more out of that match. However, having said that, we did get a draw, so we keep our postseason hopes alive. But now it all comes down to this weekend.
Always good to hear from This Week in Colorado Soccer as we continue with head coach Danny Sanchez. You mentioned Shira James before. What is it, Danny, that makes her so effective offensively?
Well, she's great in the air. She can smash with both feet, but she has a feel for the game. Yeah. And sometimes that's the hardest thing. It's just like any sport, just a feel for where to be and how to get things done. To separate yourself and to be the leading scorer in the Pac-12 at the moment, you got to have a special feel for the game. She has a great feel for the game.
When you're a great scorer, you see that, we're standing in the event center, on a basketball court. There are great scores. That's something. Can you coach that, or is that just something that seems to be there?
There's a certain innate ability. You can coach the technique and how to make the runs and so forth. At the end of the day, the mindset of how to do it. I always hanker back to my glory days at UConn and the great goal scorer I was. But I think a lot of these players have a lot more qualities than I did. But there's a certain innate ability. We can work on it. We can sharpen things, but there's a little bit that's just in there.
Yeah, they still tell great stories in the bars in the University of Connecticut area about Danny Sanchez.
But it has nothing to do with soccer.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't say that. It's stories about Danny Sanchez. All right, stretch run of the season here. You got the Arizona schools coming up. That great competition, number one. Number two, you got Senior Day coming up. It's already here.
It's a special. It is already here. Arizona on the Thursday, and then Senior Day, which is always an emotional time against Arizona State, who is really a high RPI team. So it's another great weekend for us to get results. And we're really looking forward to getting a big crowd. It's our last home weekend. Hopefully we get an NCAA tournament game at home, but it's the last guaranteed home weekend. So Thursday the 26th and Sunday the 29th, we're hoping to get a lot of people. The support this year has been awesome.
Yeah.
And we're looking for the same thing for our last home weekend.
What difference has the lights made for you guys this season?
Just game changer for
us.
Is that right? The energy on the Thursday nights, to be able to get the family and friends and people in town, be able to get recruits in town in time to get to the game.
Yeah.
It's been a game changer for us as we continue to build our facility out there. That's been a huge piece for us.
All right, get on out there, support the soccer team. They got the Arizona schools coming to town this weekend, stretch run of the season. We'll continue after a quick break here in the Buffalo Stampede.